It's your boy Young Drama, and I just skipped class with the progress report.
The progress report.
All right, what's going on? It's your girl Lalaa Shepard. This is another episode of Skipping Class presented by the Progress Report. Man, I got my man Drama in the building. How you feeling?
What's up, Lalaa? How you doing?
I'm great, man. Talk to me. How you feeling?
I've been doing all right.
Hell yeah, man. Tell the people, man, what all do you do?
I DJ. I host events. I also do music consulting. I bring independent artists from my city, my state, North Carolina, to Atlanta to network, connect them with different artists and different entities out here in Atlanta.
Okay, for sure, man. And then you just said you're from North Carolina originally.
Yeah.
For sure. So how long you been like going back and forth?
I've been going back and forth from Atlanta to North Carolina for about a good 6-7 years.
Okay.
Just investing, coming back and forth and connecting.
Respect, man. Okay. So let's get right into it.
All right.
Man, it was a lot going on, Drama.
Yeah, I already know.
It was a lot going on, man. Where you want to start at with this?
Wherever you want to run.
Okay. All right, so tell me, like, when did you first meet Cash Out? When did y'all first start working together and stuff?
So I met Cash Out in 2014.
Damn.
When he hit me up about Twerkin, as far as like marketing aspects on like how to get the movement going. And I actually came up with a game plan. And I was like, back then Twerk Team was hot then.
Hell yeah.
Or whatnot. And he was cool with Miss Twerkson. So he got Miss Twerkson to jump in the video. And then I'm like, well, we just need to put it out there and get, females out here to twerk, because that was the thing. Everybody wanted to be Twerk Team.
For sure.
So we ended up coming up with that technique, came up with an email, and had different, people sending videos. And everybody want to be posted on Instagram and all this and that to get the repost. And then we was just posting like certain ones just to show people that we acknowledge what they're doing.
For sure. And just recall that time, man, She Twerking, that was huge. I mean, the songs still go off to this day. So imagine just, of course, when it first came out. So just recall that time, just your mindset, how was life and everything at that time.
Yeah, so my mindset, I really didn't really meet him at that point. It was just like, you came up, like you have like good like marketing techniques. Like digital marketing, however you wanted to put it. Like, what can we do to make this song go?
Facts.
So I came up with it. Me and him ain't really connected until 2018.
Got you.
It was just more so like, what do I need to do to make this go? So that's what I came up with.
Okay.
As far as the technique wise. And then we just grew from actually meeting in 2018, like face to face. I brought him down to North Carolina to Greensboro homecoming.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he came out there and performed out there, and then we just rocked from 2018 on in.
For sure, man. And it's like, damn, I think I first met Cash Out through Done Deal. I know Done Deal and Spence produced that She Twerking joint. And then, of course, just working with the DJs and shit.
Right.
But then, man, fast forward, we see this crazy story. He get locked up, him and his mama, and it was a thing of like human trafficking and shit.
Right.
So how did you get wrapped up in it?
So I got pulled in based off of pictures. Being connected on pictures on social media and stuff like that. Not knowing, his personal life. I know his music lifestyle. I don't know what he do on his personal aspect. I come from North Carolina. Whenever he had a show, we go to the show, and I go back to North Carolina because I get, my bookings and stuff as well. So that's how I got tied into it. But I didn't even know that, I was in the indictment or none of that until the sheriff department called me from doing the gun permit. And that's how I found out I had a warrant.
Shit.
So, yeah.
Okay, so you turned yourself in.
Basically, yeah.
So when you turned yourself in, what was your mind like at that time? Like, what the fuck?
When I turned myself in, I'm like, what? I ain't never did nothing. I'm 33 years old. I ain't never been arrested in my life or none of that. So it's just like, let me just see what's going on. So I turned myself in, did all the little steps and stuff I had to do, extradited me here, found out what I had to do here, got my lawyer, which was Mr. Banks, and he walked me through the whole step.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So did you have to sit down at any time?
Yeah, I did. I did 5 months.
5 months.
5 months. 4 months in my city. Until they, signed for a governor's warrant to have me extradited out here. Came out here, did a month in Fulton County. Met with my lawyer, and then he just told me, like we're gonna get it squared away.
Okay.
So yeah.
Like, so, just with the lawyer and whatnot, like, talk about them, like, costs, a good lawyer, I'm sure it costs. So how much was you looking at in this situation?
So my lawyer itself was $85,000.
Yep.
Just because of the circumstances of Georgia RICO law, and then they looking at it as like a label, as a group doing it together and stuff like that. So it was $85,000 for my lawyer.
That's real.
Yeah, so it was expensive, talking to my family, making sure that this was the right lawyer. But I mean, once he came and seen me, I just felt like, just talking, he was the first lawyer that came to me, and just talking to him, I just felt like, yeah, he was the one.
The one, for sure. And one thing about it, man, when you fighting for your freedom, it's like, shit, whatever the price is, let's get it going.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, now with the situation, did you lose out on business?
I did.
Okay.
I lost a lot. As far as like booking wise, once it happened, my mom had my phone or whatnot, and she was just like, everything is going crazy right now. So I was just like, just cut the phone off. Like just cut it off. When I checked my email, I was on this app that helped me like do like booking around the area. I had like over probably like 2,000 something bookings for like DJing and stuff like that. So I missed out on all that. And then they turned around and put me on a curfew where I couldn't do nothing. So I had to be back in the house by 12 o'clock. So most of my stuff I had to do was like daytime purposes. So yeah, it killed me on that. But I found a way to finagle around it and make stuff happen. Some of the events that I did accept was I just got them to transgender it into a daytime event.
Okay.
So,
got you. So like in your mind, just with everything, man, what's your thoughts on just the RICOs and shit going on so loosely here in Atlanta and just, with rappers and shit?
I feel like it's really stupid. Cause I mean, however a person lived in their past, you trying to bring it to now.
Crazy.
And trying to convert it into now to what they did in their past. It can be 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and try to make them, lose out on something based off something that they did in their past. So I feel like that's, totally wrong, but I mean, the law is the law, the system is the system.
Yeah, that's true. Have you spoken to Cash Out?
No, we couldn't talk at all.
Can't talk. Facts. Is it true that him and Lucci were really cellmates?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Lucci was cellmates, I think y'all did like I gave y'all like the spiel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, him and Lucci was cellmates. When Lucci, got moved, he was hitting me, asking me like his whereabouts, making sure he was good and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then on the back end, I didn't even really know Lucci like that, but me and Lucci started building a connection, and I was making sure he was good on his end just because, that's who I was tied to, and he was, checking on him. So, yeah, no, they were definitely cellmates.
For sure, man. How's it for you seeing Lucci come home, man, and Baby bringing him out on tour and shit?
I felt good about it because the January 31st.
Yeah.
I felt like that song really, like, was something for it to have a short amount of time span. I felt like it was good enough for the whole community to feel what he actually went through.
Nah, I'm with you.
So,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
really felt that.
Have you spoken to Lucci since y'all both been free?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
Not yet. What's your predictions for the outcome of this situation?
My predictions, what I can say on my behalf, like me knowing him, he never put me in that environment. So he was a real genuine person. He never put me in that environment. I feel like he will probably get out because it's a state case.
Oh, okay.
Not a federal case.
Okay.
So I do feel like he gonna, get out, but I feel like they're gonna tie him down where he can't really do too much.
Like the thug shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that shit crazy.
Yeah. He ain't gonna be able to do too much. I mean, he done been in there for probably about 5 years now, so yeah.
And the jury selection just now starting.
Right.
Shit crazy. With going through the situation, could you relate to Gunna at all?
Going through it, yeah, I can relate to Gunna. I feel like Gunna was the main project. Keep the money flowing in YSL. Even though he probably ain't have no ties to it, but that was his money. Rather him being locked up and Mariah the scientist doing her thing or whatnot, but Gunna was definitely like his money purposes. You don't really hear too many people in YSL like that besides Thug and Gunna. So yeah.
That's real. That's real. I mean, what was your reaction just seeing how the world kind of treated Gunna though? Like just after going through like a situation and just knowing you went through a situation, it's two different situations.
Right.
But just wrongfully in a situation and then people turning their backs on people. Like, and did people turn their back on you and counted you out, do you feel?
Like, far as like my city, like my city rock with me heavy. Like the state rock with me.
Yeah.
I had like over like almost like 1,000 something character letters, saying, no, that's not his character.
Wow.
Like, y'all don't really know him. Y'all
Wow.
just locked him up, but y'all don't really know his character. Yeah, like some people was like, I don't know if cause he was with him. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he knew or none of that. But like I said, I didn't know. Like, cause he never put me out there or exposed me to it. Everything was just basically music related. He called me, show or studio, this and that or whatnot, and that was just it. It won't know, we coming to the hood or we going to do this. It was just strictly music based.
Respect.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, man. In this business, the lines get so blurry because we doing our music shit, but it be other stuff going on. But
Right.
People assume that everybody a part of things when it's like, man, you got some people that's genuinely just doing some music shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
so
that's
the
how
shit get tricky.
that's how I was keeping it straight.
Yeah.
Straight music.
Yep.
That's exactly how I was keeping it straight music.
I got you.
So yeah.
So, why is it so important for you, like, just to clear your name and, talk about a mental and emotional effect that all this has taken on you?
So the mental part the mental part was, just continue to be strong. Cause I have like people that look up to me.
Of course.
And stuff like that. Just not, here, but other places that I've, been to. So it was only like a mental thing, everything gonna play out, and I just left it in God's hands. The emotional part was my son seeing it. So on social media, because as soon as I turned myself in, it hit the internet. So I had to get him a therapist and all that stuff, because at that time he was, he stayed with me. So it's like he got a trans back over to his mom and all this and that. And he didn't know what was gonna happen to me. So so that was the main emotional part about it. Then trying to talk to him like through Zoom, stuff like that, I couldn't really deal with it, but I had to make him understand like certain situations you put yourself in, like you just got to deal with it until the outcome of it. So
that's real.
Yeah.
That's real, man. And salute to you for being an active father too. I seen, did he just graduate or something?
Yeah, he just graduated.
Salute.
Yeah.
So how did that make you feel being able to experience that, especially just after all the stuff that you just been through?
It made me feel good, because I try to teach him, like, because his whole thing is he feel like he has to fit in or do stuff to be cool with people, and I keep telling him like, you ain't got to really, you can be yourself and make something out of yourself, not just following other folks, but me actually being there to see it, even in playing in sports, football and basketball, it made me feel good because he went to the same middle school that I went to. So
that's all right.
So yeah.
Okay. Tell me, I know you had posted recently too. You said free Tory Lanez, and just with his situation, you know, talk about that. Like, you know, why was it important for you to say that?
I posted that because it's another aspect dealing behind a female. Like, just like my case, like I'm innocent, but my case got me put away for 5 months for dealing with females. So it's just like you just gotta watch the way you move and watch certain people. So I just feel like Tory is innocent. That's how I feel.
I respect, man. Your opinion valid. Your opinion is valid, man. What would be your message to black men? Just other black men.
You saying as far as like
just in general, because I know you had posted something too when you did post, like, you know, that everything was resolved, and you was just saying it's hard being a black man pretty much.
Yeah,
but like
I feel like being a black man, you're already a target. Especially what you do in life, the lifestyle you live, the people that they, you know, feel like you're associated with, that they're gonna always image you as this bad guy. And you can be one of the most genuine people on earth. Like myself, like I said, I've never been in no trouble besides now, and it cost me, you know, money to be able to clear my name off of something that I ain't had nothing to do. So it's just more so like, you know, carry yourself and be yourself, and, you know, live your dream off of what you want to be, and not try to associate yourself with this person just because, you know, online they got this type of money or this car or this house or whatnot. You can basically live the same dream as that person. So,
Facts. So, you know, just right now, like moving forward, like what you looking forward to, what you got coming up work-wise and stuff like that?
So work-wise, I've been getting a lot of bookings for
Good
DJing. And I've been working with Michael Montana.
Oh, hell yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, so I've been working with Michael too.
Good.
So he been trying to keep me like active and getting my name and stuff more back out there. Like just going with him to like different places if I'm not booked doing nothing. But yeah, like me and Michael talk all the time.
Love that. So, Love that, man. Hell yeah, man. Well, it's definitely great to see you out here, you know what I mean? Free, doing your thing. So how can people get in contact with you if they want to book you, you know what I mean? They want to hit you up?
Yeah, so all my social media is at Young Drama Real. My Gmail is youngdramabookings@gmail.com. And yeah, you can find me on all platforms at Young Drama Real.
Young with a Y-U.
Y-U-N-G.
Yeah. I got you. I got you, man. So I gotta ask you to define our keyword progress. You know what I mean? You definitely just went through a crazy situation, but you definitely, you know, getting back right. You free. So what does our keyword progress mean to you now?
Basically, stay successful, stay motivated, dedicated, determined, and just, you know, from this point on, watch how I really move and who I connect myself with.
100%.
Stuff like that. So yeah.
For sure. Any shout outs, anything you want to say to your peoples that been holding you down?
Well, most importantly, I want to shout out, you know, my grandparents.
Yes. Because
my grandparents is the one that really put the 85K down.
Salute.
You know, my mom held me down all the way. My homeboy Sino, he here with me. You know, he was giving me money every Friday for canteen.
Sure.
Like I said, Michael, you know, for pushing me through. And, you know, my city, North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, Bull City, for supporting me all the way.
Absolutely.
You know, everybody that wrote character letters and all that. So, yeah.
For sure, man. Hey, man, ain't nothing like, you know, when you a good person, man, you know, go a long way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it definitely do.
Hell yeah. Well, salute, Drama, man. Definitely glad we was able to do this, man.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I try to make sure you was the first one, cause
Nah,
I
that's
remember,
love.
back then I
know.
try to get bro to come.
I know, it's all good, man. It's just one of those things, man. Life be moving so damn fast.
Right.
But I appreciate you always, tapping in with me, keeping me in the loop with everything. You know what I mean? I'm so glad we able to sit here on some free shit like this. So
do it. Yeah.
I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah,
yes,
sir.
sir.
I try to make sure you had it. Make sure you had it first.
Nah, for sure. I appreciate
asking me about it.
I already know. I appreciate you, man.
So I say, let me make sure Lalaa get it first for anybody else.
For sure, man. The progress support. That's hard. Okay.
The Progress Report.